Today on Riffs, Beards, and Gear, we check out Low Control from BlackSalt Audio. For a long time with my own mixes, I felt like I just didn't have a grasp on how to properly either listen to low end or hear low end and control low end. And that was always just kind of a difficult thing for me for a lot of years. And honestly, I can't help you with your hearing situation if you have one, but BlackSalt Audio is here to help you with your low end control situation with low control. Now, before we go any further, this is a sponsored video as BlackSalt Audio has asked me to show you low control, but all thoughts and opinions are mine. Now, low control is two different things wrapped up into one nice, neat little plug-in package. It is a low-end compressor, and it is also a harmonic enhancer, which we will dive into right now. So I have a mix. I recently just redid the intro to this channel that you just heard a few minutes ago, or a few seconds ago. I don't know how this is gonna get edited, but I'm gonna play that for you, and I have taken away some key things, and we are going to add low control in a few key areas to really pump up the mix, but also tighten the low end, because again, this particular mix as it is right now needs some help. So let's go ahead and play the mix as it is with no instances of low control on it. There is low end there, could be tightened up, and maybe some things could be selectively pumped up a little bit, namely bass guitar, kick, maybe overall mix. I don't know until we get there. However, we're gonna pump up those two things at least with low control. So I'm gonna start with my bass bus, my bass guitar bus. Now currently, by itself, it sounds like this. Pretty good. It's pretty aggressive. That was a Music Man Stingray bass. I'm going to, on the bus, going to put in an instance of low control. Now let me explain low control going from left to right. And you can see the meters are acting as kind of a split, dividing the two different halves of low control. First, we have our threshold. Now this is like a compressor, if you're familiar with a compressor. This is at what point we start lowering the proverbial roof or the ceiling on the audio, and this is when the tightening and the compression and the leveling starts to happen. Next to that is a gain reduction meter. This lets us know how much gain is being, reduced. Gain reduction. Then with the low gain, we can then compensate for any loss of volume for the low end with adding some more additional gain after the fact. And down here, the compress below feature, this is at what point we want to compress. This is the low end cutoff, as you will. And we're gonna play with this a little bit, but let's go ahead and play the bass track, just the bass track, and we're gonna play with this just a little bit, and then we're gonna put it back in the mix and see how we like it. So right now I'm gonna take advantage of the solo low. This switch allows me to isolate and just hear what is happening in the low end and what the plugin is actually doing, as opposed to additional, hearing the entire frequency spectrum. I wanna focus in on just hearing just the low end. I also definitely recommend you having headphones for this portion. So that sounds pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and move over to the enhance side of low control. Now the enhance side, we have this big ol' enhance knob. This is the amount of harmonic excitement that we want. This should be used very, very sparingly, I might add. Enhance frequency, this is basically the frequency cutoff in which we're adding harmonic excitement. I know that sounds like a bunch of gibberish. Let's go ahead and play the bass track, and we're going to play with the enhance. Pretty good. It's thick, but it's level. It's not too flubby, I guess is the word. I like that. Now let's go ahead and see how this sounds in the context of the mix. It's pretty good. I'm gonna add a little bit of output to that. I like that. Okay, I'm done. That's what I'm adding to the bass guitar. Let's move on to the kick drum. I think the kick drum could have a little bit more power and energy. So right now, I'm going to just isolate the drum bus, and I'm going to play around first with the control, then the enhance. Do you hear how there's more body? There's overall body, but not muddiness to the kick. Love that. Love that a lot, actually. So let's hear that in the context of the mix. So I think it's a little loud. So I'm going to use this output and just trim this down maybe a dB and see how we're doing there. Turn the enhance down just a little bit more. I like where that sits. This is bigger sounding and thicker, not muddy, which is important. Okay, so let's add an instance of low control on the outgoing 2 bus. Now, I'm gonna be very, very careful with this. I'm also using outboard gear, and I could easily distort things and all sorts of stuff, so I really got to watch my gain staging. However, I think it would benefit the mix overall to play around with this a little bit. Let's see what happens. like that. I like it a lot. Thickens it up, gives it a little bit more of a bigger butt, if I may. I like that. Again, you don't want to go too nuts with this enhanced control, especially on something as global as the 2-bus output. A little goes a very, very long way. Honestly, I could probably take this down just a little bit more, but I'm trying to overcome the YouTube audio compression so you guys can hear this. I hope you've been listening with headphones. But yeah, that is BlackSalt Audio Low Control. If you've liked low control, what you've seen here in this video, definitely go and check out BlackSalt Audio's website. They have one other plugin called Escalator, and that is a one knob style low end related plugin as well. Very, very cool. At the time of this filming, low control retails for about 99 bucks. Honestly, money well spent. Your low end is what's going to determine how much energy your overall mix or instrument has. And you know, low end is what's bumping in the cars. So if someone's going to listen to your stuff in the car, you definitely need low control. Also, if you use the link down below in the description, you will get 10% off your purchase. All applicable links down below in the description. You have been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. If you liked the video you just watched, please consider subscribing. And if you want to further support me and what I do, consider using some of the affiliate links down below in the description of this video. Go on over to Sweetwater, buy yourself something, and help me out at the same time. It's a win-win for both of us.